How to create a particles animation like this using Trapcode particular plugin in After Effects. This is Rania from Graphic for You, and let's get started. Okay, first things first, let's create a new composition and name it main, then hit OK. Next up, go to Layer and add a new solid. Let's call this one particular and click OK. Now head over to Effect, then Trapcode and choose Particular. Now go back to Layer and add a new light. You gotta name this light emitter. Heads up, if you want to change the emitter's name later, you'll need to adjust the light naming setting over there and make sure it matches the light point's name. This is important. Got it? Okay. Now we want to pop this emitter point right in the middle of our scene, just like our particles layer. So select the particles layer and hit P for position. Do the same for the emitter layer. Press P. Now copy the X and Y position values from the particular layer and paste them onto the emitter layer like so. Then set the Z position of the emitter to 0. Let's uncheck the particular layer for a second. Go to the emitter point, find the X position and drag it way off to the side of our scene. Set a keyframe for the emitter's position and drag that X position over to the opposite side. While you're at it, grab this point and pull it upwards. And do the same with the other point to create a nice curve. Something like this. Then bring the Y position down on this side and also on the other side. You can place these wherever you think looks good, but I kinda like it like this. Yep. So now we've got a curve. Let me just tweak it a bit. Let's turn on the proportional grid to help. Okay, now let's recheck that particular layer. Open up the emitter settings and set the emitter type to light. Change the particles per second to around 1000, set the velocity to about 30, and bring both the velocity random and velocity distribution down to 0. Set velocity from motion to 0, make sure XYZ position is set to individual, and then set all the emitter size values X, Y, and Z to 0. Alright, let's jump over to the particle settings. Set the life sec to 8 and the life random to around 50. Bring the sphere feather down to 0. Change the size to about 1.2. And the size random to 50. Now, open up the size over life settings. Go to presets and pick that first one that looks like a ramp going down. Change the opacity random to 50. Now, open up opacity over life, go to presets again, and choose that same downward ramp. And there you go. That's what we've got so far. And there you go. That's what we've got so far. Let's add a little something extra. Go to Effect, then Stylize, and choose Glow. Select your particular layer and hit Ctrl plus D or Command plus D on a Mac to duplicate it. Right-click on the duplicated layer, go to Transform, and choose Flip Horizontal. Now you've got two particle layers moving in opposite directions. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, let's go back to our emitter point and hit Ctrl plus D or Command plus D to duplicate it. Now, adjust the X position of this new emitter, something like this, and just play around with those curve handles to get it looking how you want. Let's create a new solid for our background. Go to Layer, New, Solid, and let's make it white. Hit OK. Now, go over to your Effects and Presets panel and type in CC Starburst. Drag and drop that effect onto your background layer. In the Starburst settings, let's bring down the size. And the grid spacing. Also decrease the speed and maybe bump up the scatter a bit. Let's add a new adjustment layer. Now go to Effect, Stylize, and choose Glow. Let's set the glow threshold to around 80, increase the glow radius, and maybe bring down the glow intensity a touch. Finally, go to Effect, Color Correction, and choose Curves. Play around with your RGB curve to get the colors looking just right. And that's pretty much it. So, if you dug this tutorial, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more. Catch you later.